At the edge of the forbidden zone, fear flickers like unstable light.
Routine patrol drifts through the silence of uncertainty.
Fate shatters calm with the violence of twisting plastic.
Chaos reacts with wild, stumbling terror.
Death settles with chilling finality.
Caution moves forward with rigid steps.
But death refuses to stay buried. Life returns twisted by an unseen corruption.
Panic collapses into a heap of loose bricks.
Truth arrives like a crack, splitting the surface of reason.
The warning comes too late to halt what has escaped.
Something ancient and hungry awakens inside plastic veins. The boundary between safety and despair begins to crumble.
The virus has slipped free, and the world tilts toward catastrophe.
And with that hollow stare, the nightmare of the BrickVerse truly begins.
In a humble home of quiet bricks, duty and family collide beneath the dawn. Loneliness presses onto a heart too young to bear it. The weight of responsibility tightens like unyielding hinges. Hope wavers as silence stretches too long. Barriers rise not from bricks, but from choices. A child's longing clings to cherished memories. Duty claws at him even as the heart calls louder. Emotion erupts where quiet sorrow once lingered. A simple plea carries the weight of a broken heart. Fear and love war beneath a trembling surface. Despair twists into clumsy, trembling stillness. Courage falters as priorities collide. A bold spark ignites in the heart of chaos. Bravado masks a child's breaking fear. And in that moment, the warrior in him realizes some battles cannot be delayed.
In the heart of a restless city, destiny waits beside steel and plastic rails.
A father guides his trembling child toward a journey meant for peace.
Unaware hearts file into the vessel that will seal their fates.
But among them enters a shadow veiled by pain.
Comfort glimmers in the quiet moments before the storm.
Hidden beneath fabric, corruption pulses with unnatural light.
Forward the machine races, blind to the virus it carries.
Life bends, cracks, and reshapes into something monstrous.
Death gives birth to a new predator, forged in plastic fear.
Compassion becomes the first sacrifice.
The virus leaps like wildfire across stud and hinge. Terror multiplies faster than breath can escape.
Innocence teeters at the brink of horror.
The monster gazes toward its next frightened prey. And with that look, the nightmare aboard the Seoul Express begins. Within the cramped veins of the speeding train, danger slithers closer with every passing second. The world narrows into a tunnel of urgency and dread. Corruption scratches at the borders of hope. Instinct weaves him through the collapsing chaos.
Strike meets infection with unyielding resolve.
Where hinges fail, determination pries a path.
The storm gathers with relentless numbers. Every escape collapses under the march of the infected. A lone warrior stands between twin jaws of doom.
Agility becomes the shield against suffocating odds.
Every inch forward bleeds from effort and fear.
Survival becomes a race against closing teeth.
Hope whispers through the cracks of despair.
And in the fragile sobs of his child, he finds the reason to keep fighting.
Between trembling walls of plastic and steel, survival hangs by a single hinge. A father's grip tightens as danger roars closer. Terror flails in desperate, chaotic motion.
Corruption pounds at the final barrier.
Speed becomes the only shield against rising doom.
The structure strains at the edge of collapse. The virus claws through every opening it finds.
Escape becomes a dance of precision and fear. Weight crushes the last strength of the failing passage. Chaos witnesses the jaws of doom snapping shut. The infected breach the threshold with ravenous force.
Improvised strength becomes the final line of defense.
Each blow shakes the world trapped in this speeding nightmare.
And with the breach ignited, the race for survival surges into its next brutal chapter.
In a fragile pocket of safety, the storm outside the door grows louder.
Hope clings tightly to love as danger presses from every side.
Among the vulnerable lies a heart long ignored by society.
Whispers ripple through the carriage like cracked plastic. Even in trembling paws, kindness shines brightest.
Compassion bridges hearts in a crumbling world. A protector arrives with the weight of chaos still clinging to him. Fear sharpens into blame when unity is needed most.
Desperation twists compassion into judgment.
Strength reveals itself not in retaliation, but in restraint.
A child's loyalty rises against the tide of blame.
Soft words attempt to mend what fear has cracked.
Truth emerges from the humblest of voices. Unity remains fragile, fraying at the edges of survival.
Next station soon. The army is waiting.
And with that announcement, fragile hope flickers once more.
The promised sanctuary reveals only silence carved in dust and ruin.
Hope wavers as emptiness swallows the sound of their arrival.
Chaos lingers in the aftermath of unseen violence. Fear crawls beneath every overturned relic. Even the air whispers warnings through fractured plastic. Shadows hide the truth behind the promise of rescue. The guardians they sought have vanished into the void.
Desperation seeks answers from hollow air.
Every clue points toward catastrophe. Hope crumbles as the truth sharpens like a blade. Salvation has already drowned beneath infection. Something stirs in the dark, heavy with hunger. Instinct screams louder than the silence. The infected have been watching from the heights. And in a storm of falling bodies, terror plunges onto the survivors. The sanctuary crumbles into a battlefield of panic. A father races against the devouring tide. Hope bottlenecks into a desperate climb. Infection flows downward like a broken river. Terror bites at their heel. Bites at their heels.
The station becomes a maze built for survival, not escape.
Instinct carves a path through chaos.
Fear rides on the back of courage.
All plans crumble under the weight of relentless numbers. Survival becomes improvisation in its purest form.
Every obstacle becomes a shield for precious seconds.
A new hope screams onto the stage.
A fleeting lifeline slices into the nightmare.
With the horde at their backs, only a single leap remains between life and doom.
The iron serpent flees the jaws of death, carrying with it a flickering heartbeat of hope.
Safety returns for a fleeting moment, stitched together by exhaustion.
Terror lingers in trembling pores.
Love anchors those caught between fear and survival. Weariness settles on shoulders long burdened by the world.
Youth trembles under shadows too heavy to carry. For now, the barrier holds. Even motion cannot outrun the echo of terror.
Guilt wraps itself around hope, like tightening vines.
Peace fractures under the weight of suspicion. Instinct guides the warrior where fear forbids. Their sanctuary is only half a vessel in a shattered world. Survival exacts a price carved from broken hearts. In the train's fragile head, others still cling to their final barricade.
For those still fighting to hold the line, safety remains only a dream carved in crumbling plastic.